We start the episode off with this crazy black and white fight, which looks to be between a demon slayer and a demon, but they're giving us more, like they're giving more attention to the demon than the demon slayer. So I'm guessing we're supposed to feel for this demon right now, and it looks like Urokodaki is the one that's attacking this demon. And yeah, as soon as he goes to slice off this demon's head, we jump back to the present in which Tanjiro is cutting off this demon's head, and the demon has the thought of Urokodaki. So he's having this flashback, and he's feeling like the attacks that are killing him or the attack that killed him is one of Urokodaki. So it's really something that the fight from all those years ago is coming to an end with the techniques of the original person that was supposed to have taken care of this demon. So Tanjiro manages to cut off this demon's head, killing him. And while this demon's dying, he has these reminiscent memories of his past, of him being a human. And while he's thinking about that, he starts to cry, and Tanjiro has this sense. He says, "What a sad smell." And he reaches his hands out and takes the demon's hand, and the demon clutches Tanjiro's hands in his before it completely disappears. And that's really something that really shows us again about this character and how compassionate and kind he is, even to his enemies. Having finally taken down the demon that's taken the lives of so many of Urokodaki's students, Sabito, and Makomo are finally able to rest in peace, along with all the other people that demons had killed. Like, that was insane. It had killed so many of them. Tanjiro proceeds forward, running from a demon in an attempt to trap him before slaying him. And while he's trapped, he asks the demon, how does the demon go from a demon back to a human? The demon doesn't seem to be able to answer him, so Tanjiro slaughters him. He kills him and what looks to be two more, before making his way back to the Wisteria, proclaiming that he made it. So I'm assuming he's made it through the 7 days that they were required of them to pass this final selection. The sun rises and Tanjiro looks around him to see only 4 people, including himself, having started with over 20. This kid to the left of him in yellow is shook. He's like, I survived for now, but there's no way I'm gonna continue surviving. I'm gonna die. And he's shook. Man. The twins congratulate them and then tell them that they'll get their uniform, then rank, then sword. They're then also given their Kasugai crows in order to communicate with the Demon Slayer courts. And it's funny, the guy that was all shook in the yellow got a sparrow instead of a crow. What in the world? And then this other kid in the purple who was ranting about his sword walks up and reaches for one of the twins, grabs her by the hair and like demands a sword. Then Tanjiro has to walk up to him and grab him, like, take his hand off her or I'll break your arm. I really hope they fight. Go ahead, bang. I need to see like 2 humans actually bang. He didn't get to fight his trainer. Urokodaki didn't do too much as far as training on screen, as far as fighting on screen. Oh wow, so Tanjiro must have had a hell of a grip. He made Buddy snatch his arm back and he's wincing in pain. The twins are probably cold because they were not tripping. They was probably finna slaughter that dude. Having realized he can't even talk to demons, he's in despair, realizing that he can't heal Nezuko or avenge her, having not been able to get any more information. Leaving from the selection exhausted, battered, and bruised, Tanjiro heads back to Urokodaki. I for one am extremely scared for what he's about to find. Oh, but I'm relieved to see Nezuko walking out of the house with no issue. She was asleep when he left, but it's dark out now, so she walks out with no problem. I didn't know if they were about to be dead, like if some demons made it to them and killed everybody. Oh my goodness, there's never any telling with anime. So Tanjiro locks arms with Nezuko, they embrace, and Tanjiro starts to cry. He's such a sensitive child. Urokodaki embraces Tanjiro and Nezuko as well, crying. You can see tears under his mask. He's overjoyed that Tanjiro managed to make it back. There's no telling how many kids he sent to that final selection, only to have them not return, have them be killed by that mutated demon. He expresses how impressed he is with Tanjiro. Tanjiro says thank you. As Urokodaki explains that there are many types of demons and expresses or explains the demon blood art, which I'm assuming is comparable to the total concentration breathing. But the total concentration breathing gives normal humans demon strength. If demons are imbued with demon strength and then use a blood art to increase that strength, aren't they still in the lead? So Tanjiro asks Urokodaki about the blood demon art and asks if that's what Nezuko is using to function. You know, like she's not like other demons. Is that what she's using to maintain her humanity? And Urokodaki says no, he doesn't think that's what that is. He thinks Nezuko is able to sleep in order to replenish her strength instead of eating humans. Which what a development. Like that's a huge alternative. Like instead of eating somebody, you can just sleep to fulfill yourself. That's a huge difference. Like what? So I'm guessing that's why she was asleep for 6 months, I guess, especially having after fought a couple times with Tanjiro after having just become a demon. So then Tanjiro steps outside to meet someone who's outside, who introduces himself and tells him that he forged Tanjiro a Nichiren sword. He's not trying to hear anything Tanjiro's saying. All he's doing is talking about this sword. He says that the material used to make that sword is a sword that's it produced a sword that's able to absorb sunlight. So that makes sense. That tells us why these swords are able to destroy the demons. They absorb sunlight, and the sunlight is what kills the demons. So all right, I got you. Thank you. And we were talking about Urokodaki's mask being weird. This dude's mask is even more off-putting. Again, I don't mean to offend anyone. I have no idea the truth behind the culture, but what a mask. Tanjiro calls it a clown mask. And then Buddy calls Tanjiro a child of brightness. Buddy is observing Tanjiro, and he says when a child with this color hair and eyes with this reddish tint is born from a family that works with fire, it's considered lucky. And he says that means there's a good chance that the sword he's giving him will turn red, and even asks for reassurance from Urokodaki, in which he agrees. So I feel like that's something else that we need to look forward to, is his sword changing color. And if it does change color, what does that mean? The dude that gives Tanjiro his sword says that Nichiren swords are known as color changing swords because they change based on their user. So Tanjiro's holding this sword, and as an audience member, we're wondering, all right, is it finna change color now? And it does. It starts to change black. It goes from the reflective steel color to black. Buddy that gave him the sword is super surprised, and so is Urokodaki. Urokodaki exclaims that it's unusual and that you don't see it often. Buddy isn't here. He just wants to see it turn red. He puts Nezuko in some type of leg lock. I don't even know what to call that. While Tanjiro is being wrestled into submission, a crow falls down and gives Tanjiro some orders. Surprising Tanjiro, he didn't know they could speak. The crow tells Tanjiro he must go to a town near them because young girls have been going missing. So it looks like Tanjiro is getting his first mission, in which I'm super excited for. I can't wait to see an actual mission. Up until now, he's just been training. The crow gives him his first assignment as a member of the Demon Slayer Corps, telling him he must find this demon that's been abducting girls night after night. And I'm super hyped. I can't wait to see what this is gonna be like. I'm assuming that this is gonna be more of a demon than the 2 or 3 or 4 that he saw during the final selection. They seem to be like grunts, you know what I'm saying? But he said that they were supposed to have only eaten 2 or 3 humans, whereas the one that he did manage to slay had killed 50, which you gotta assume is at a higher power level than the rest of them. And like you would think, or rather it would have been cool if the administrators of the final selection would have been like, you know, we do know you took down a level 50 demon, you know, we'll give you like an extra such and such or whatever. But they didn't do that. It doesn't seem like they knew that he took down a demon that was above what he was supposed to. So I guess as an audience member, we're supposed to just know, like in our own hearts, that this guy is a cut above the rest because he did take down more than he was expected to. But I don't know. It's all just speculation. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It was, in my opinion, like it's just leading me up to what's to come. I'm super excited for it's so suspenseful. I love the show. I love the animation from the studio. Ufotable is easily my favorite studio, with Madhouse as a close second. But favorite studio. So like I can't wait to see what's coming, and the way they're telling this story, this character development, I love it. Leave a comment below. Well, how are you guys feeling so far? Like, how were you feeling when you watched this episode? Were you as excited as I am to see what a mission level demon is, or were you thinking they were going to be the same? Were you surprised when you saw them? Oh my goodness. Leave a comment below, please. Leave hit the thumbs up, please subscribe. I hope to see you next episode, and as always, otaku for life.
Thank you.